Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for tuning in and for joining the Controversy 7, as always. Now, this is very interesting. I told you guys in several videos that there's a good chance Donald Trump, he is going to win your hearts, especially the Christians. Donald Trump is going to win your hearts. He's going to win your confidence, and he's going to win, in fact, the truth community, all going to be rallying behind him. Has he been doing this? Yes, he has. There's only a very few minority who are the ones that are saying, hey, just before jumping on the Trump train, hold up, watch what's happening. Because nothing happens by chance. Nothing happens by accident. Everything is carefully orchestrated. And I keep saying that to you guys. But anyhow, Donald Trump has made a move that definitely will please the Christians. And you know what? I'm actually happy about it. I have to be honest. It's a very good move from Donald Trump. It's very nice. Guess what he did? He revoked the washroom laws enacted by former President Barack Hussein Obama with regards to the whole gender-neutral washrooms, in which transgendered people can choose which washroom better suits their gender of choice. One day, if you feel like using the women's washroom, you can go right on ahead. You feel like using the men's washroom the next day, you can go right ahead. Who's to say that you are not a boy or a girl? Who is to justify your gender? Because, hey, you are a transgender.
So as you guys can see, a lot of these people are protesting Donald Trump's administration for revoking the guidelines instructed by the former President Barack Obama with regards to the gender-neutral washroom policies. These people are obviously out of their damn minds. You have to be out of your mind to not consider the safety of your kids, especially your young daughters, even your young boys, especially in public washrooms. Anyone can say they are of the opposite gender at any time, and because this law does not discriminate against them, and in fact it encourages those classified as transgendered or gender neutral, all that stupidity, all these people, they get to choose whichever washroom that better suits their gender of choice. Your children could get raped or molested. You never know what could happen to your kids in school. Do you care about your children? If you care about your children, you would not be encouraging these kinds of policies to be made public, and it's for your children's safety. Do you care about your children's safety? Do you care about whether your child is safe or not? Think about these things before you even attempt to go and justify it. You see, if you observe everything that Donald Trump is doing thus far, there is a protest or a riot which is funded to go up against it. Little do people know that they simply have been conditioned into animalistic type of behavior, mob-like mentality, in which they see a group of people who are doing a riot or a protest on this and that, and guess what? They feel compelled, or automatically, just like that, they feel like they should be a part of it. And obviously it brushes onto them. Now here's the thing, if you observe Donald Trump is the type of person who, he is pro-military strength. He is pro-strengthening the military of the United States of America. What I'm trying to say is, Donald Trump is not the type of person who's going to play around and take it easy if things get out of hand. Because guess what? Eventually there's going to need to be a rule of law. In the event of things getting out of hand and there's a civil unrest, what do you think is going to have to be declared? That's right. The military is going to have to come on the scene. There are protests everywhere, all because of Donald Trump. Most of them are funded.
There are protests right now that are taking place that's causing a stir that's going against what, because of what Donald Trump has done. And you can almost see that there is a high tension that's beginning to build. Think about it carefully. Donald Trump, when Obama was in office, in the Oval Office, he passed laws that kept on pushing things to the far left of the spectrum. And I told you before, I said in my video, the Donald Trump pendulum effect, I said Donald Trump is going to be pushing things now back to the complete opposite end of this spectrum. But that's going to come at a heavy price. Because along the way, you are going to start experiencing an equal but opposite reaction that's going to be so extreme, and as things are shifting to the complete opposite end of the spectrum. That's what's taking place. What we are witnessing is right now the pendulum is shifting in favor of Christianity. It's shifting in favor of conservatives. That's what we are seeing. Donald Trump, his administration is primarily conservative Christians. The people whom he surrounds himself with are Christians. The laws which he is enacting are pushing towards the favor of Christianity. Now, as you have this pendulum shifting, what are we going to see? We're going to start seeing uprising and riots. Here's what I'm going to say. Now, we know, based upon research already, Donald Trump, he was educated by a Jesuit. Now, we know also that Obama's vice president was a Jesuit, Joe Biden, the one who referred to himself as a Catholic. Jesuits love to hide under the name of Catholicism. They never come out and say, "Hi, I'm a Jesuit. Nice to meet you." No. Here's the thing. We are now at a time where Catholics and evangelicals are coming together as one. Catholics and Protestants in general, Lutherans, are all coming together as one. They're coming under the roof of, obviously, Catholicism. Donald Trump, his vice president of choice, Mike Pence, when he was asked about his faith, guess what he said he was? He is an evangelical Catholic. Since when did we even hear this before? He is an evangelical Catholic. That should give you a hint, does it not? Because we are seeing, again, evangelicals and Catholics coming together. That you've got the image of the beast being formed right there, right in front of you. It's almost like what we are seeing is a hint of where America is going as in general. Because you've got Jesuits in power. Now, they come to you presenting themselves to you as Christians. They're going to win your hearts. The people who have not done their research about Revelation or the book of Daniel, and they don't know what's about to take place because they are too busy being distracted by other things, being too busy watching pranks on YouTube, too busy watching failed compilations on YouTube, you're in real trouble. Because guess what? Many Christians are going to buy into this. They're going to start falling for Donald Trump. I told you guys, Donald Trump is going to win your hearts. But you got to think about how things are going to shift at the end of the day. Think carefully. Because right now what we are seeing is a pendulum being shifted towards the alt-right, pro-Christian side of the spectrum. Christians right now are defending Donald Trump. Hey, I don't blame them for defending Donald Trump. Honestly, from what Donald Trump is doing right now, honestly, I like it. I like the fact, actually, I love the fact that he has revoked the bathroom policies enacted by President Obama. What's next? Well, we just have to wait and find out. But I told you guys, as things are shifting towards the alt-right position, what we are going to start seeing is expect an equal but opposite reaction. You're going to see funded protests. Protests which are funded are going to rise up in opposition of what Donald Trump is doing. And do you know what that's going to do? That's going to cause a civil unrest. And last time I checked, The military guard has been preparing, they have been doing drills on U.S. soil to prepare for that's right, civil unrest. So what are these protests really going to lead to? Think carefully now. Let's think together. These protests are going to lead to a civil unrest that is going to require a National Guard to be placed on the streets to bring order. Think about this. Now, am I saying this is exactly what's going to happen? Not necessarily. But there are things that also could go wrong. Is Donald Trump going to save the economy? We know for a fact that the economy, the debt ceiling is beyond, it's off the roof already. That debt ceiling cannot be stopped from rising. All they can simply do is slow it down, slow down the rate of the increase of the debt ceiling, and that's all they can do. Pretty much that's what Donald Trump can do. He can just simply slow down that rate. But that's it. That's it. At the end of the day, that rate is still going up. Think about it. Do you honestly think that the economy is going to last forever? Do you think that one man can save the U.S. economy? Do you think eventually the economy is going to collapse? And guess what? They are going to need a new system of economic order. Regardless, at the end of the day, you're going to have a new economic order whether you like it or not. Think about it. Now, I'm going to say some statements, some claims, which I will not defend on this video, because I'm going to give you a reason to subscribe. Or if you don't want to subscribe, you can feel free to come back and wait until I upload. Anyways, it's all coming together as one. Donald Trump, did you know that Donald Trump is actually a form of Pontius Pilate in 2017? Think about it. But that's all I'm going to say. Because of what he has said, you can see a reflection, but I'm not going to talk about that now. You can subscribe. When the video comes out, then you'll be able to see it. Very interesting. There are things taking place right now that many people are not finding as interesting. I wonder why. I'm saying be very cautious before you jump onto the Trump wagon. Just hold up. Observe what's taking place. Because we are looking at church and state being united again. And I know many of you are probably going to say it will never happen. It will never happen. Not in my lifetime, ever. Oh, trust me. Just keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. But I'm not going to hold you off. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe if you're new to this channel. Feel free to share this video because you never know who you will reach. Other than that, I'm not going to hold you off. You take care of yourselves, be safe, and I will see you guys next time.